Marketing, key to prosperity.
Let's talk about how to measure customer experience. How to measure customer experience. The starting point, however, would be to define what customer experience is. And this is very important because today we have got organizations which have the position of customer experience officer, customer experience executive, or customer experience manager. It really depends. The title may differ from one organization to another. The point, however, being that customer experience is important. Before we talk about how to measure customer experience, let's talk about what it is. Customer experience is the customer's perception. Customer experience is the customer's perceptions and related feelings. How do these feelings come about? These feelings are caused by the one-off or cumulative effort. So it could have been at the first instant, a customer comes to your office and they find a long queue. In their mind, based on their experience, they are going to have it that everywhere else, anything else related to yourself or your organization takes long. The service for them to get it, it's going to take forever. There are queues everywhere, even if they have not been everywhere. This is very important. Customer experience is the customer's perceptions and related feelings caused by one-off or cumulative effect of interactions. Cumulative effect of interactions. With who? Interactions with the supplier's employees, their systems, the channels, or indeed the products. Customer experience is the customer's perceptions and related feelings caused by the one-off and cumulative effect of interactions with an organization's employees, systems, channels, and products. Very, very important definition. Customer experience can also be defined as the perceptions, customer perceptions of their interactions with a company based on all touch points. These could be digital channels, physical stores, call centers, or more. Very similar to the first definition. Two different authors, very, very similar points. And these similar points are that it is perception that the customer may have, related feelings that come from having interacted with an organization. What about the organization? What did they interact with? They interacted with your digital channels. They interacted with the systems, the procedures, the people, the call centers, the physical stores. And when I talk about the physical stores, I am talking about the ambience, the feel that they get when they visit your particular office or your branch or your agency. That is what the customer is going to carry in mind, and that is what they are going to use as a definition of how they felt, their experience. A third definition is that it is a sum of all these experiences. That's what it is. Customer experience is a sum of all the interactions the customers have had. Now, how then do we begin to measure customer experience? How do we measure customer experience? One of the ways of measuring customer experience is through what is known as the Net Promoter Score. One of the ways of measuring customer experience is through what is known as the Net Promoter Score. What is it? What is the Net Promoter Score? Very simple. It is a metric, meaning it is a standard What is it that we are measuring? We are measuring the customer's likelihood to recommend a service, a product, or a company to others. The likelihood. Sir, what would you say about our service? Would you likely recommend our product to a friend or a colleague? This is the question that you may ask a customer. That is what is known as Net Promoter Score, and it is one of the ways by which an organization can measure customer experience. If the customer says they will more likely or they are more likely to recommend your particular product, that is a good score. But if the customer says they are not likely to recommend your particular product, that is not a good score. Number 2, customer effort score. Let's face it, you and me and any other person, we don't want to put in so much effort to get a service. If I want to find out how much the price of a product is, I simply need to be able to pick up the telephone and call that particular organization. And what do I expect when I pick up the phone? I expect them to be able to answer my call. That's all. And that is why they provide a mobile number or a landline. The reason why they have provided that particular number is for a customer to be able to call. The reason why there's an email is for the customer to be able to send a message. The reason why the particular company has a Facebook presence is so that customers must be able to communicate and so that customers can easily get information. Customer effort score measures the ease with which customers can achieve their goals. If a customer wants information about price, they must easily get it. If the customer effort score is high, it means that the customer is putting in too much energy, too much effort, and the customer is not going to be happy. What you want is a low customer effort score because it means that customers don't have to put in so much energy, and it means that you're doing a good job to make sure that information is readily available. Number 3, customer churn rate. The rate at which customers churn. The rate, or simply put, the rate at which customers discontinue the use of your product. Remember to churn. When a customer churns, it means that they have discontinued using your product, and no business wants that. A college wants the student who went there in the first semester to return in the second semester. If the student does not return in the second semester, it means that that particular student is now seeking a service somewhere else. They have churned. And one way by which you can measure customer experience is by considering the customer churn rate. At what rate are customers ceasing to use your product? So the customer churn rate measures the percentage of the customers who stop using your product over a particular given period of time. So in 2 years or 1 year or 6 months, how many customers have stopped using your product? Or you can possibly look at it on a month-to-month basis. For example, if you had 10 customers in 1 month, the next month you have 8, the next month you have 6, and the next month you have 4, it tells you that a number of customers are beginning not to subscribe to your service. It means that the churn rate may be high. It may be constant, but it may be high in that it may be progressing. And you do not want that as a business. When you begin to see customers beginning to discontinue the use of a product, it means that the churn rate is high, and you do not want that. A high churn rate may indicate a poor customer experience. Another way by which customer experience can be measured is by looking at your customer complaints and escalations. If you are getting more complaints, it means that there is something that is not being done well, that is not being done correctly, and customers are having a poor experience. What you then need to do as a business is to be able to take note of those particular complaints and resolve them. When you have a high number of complaints, it means that customers have a poor customer experience. Equally, when there are a number of escalations coming your way, it means that your juniors or those below you may be failing to handle certain things, and that may require training, improvement on their systems, indeed provision of other tools that can make their work much more easier. So customer complaints and escalations are also an indication of customer experience. The more customer complaints you have, the more escalations imply that there is something that is not being done correctly and customers are having a poor customer experience. Number 5, repeat purchase rate. Repeat purchase rate, the rate at which customers repeat a purchase. Now, this is very important. Remember, in business, we want the customer to purchase and want the customer to come back. We don't want the customer to purchase once and not return. We want them to come back. The rate at which customers come back, that particular measure, is the percentage of customers who make a repeat purchase over a given period of time. So for example, if you're a learning institution, you are an individual that provides marketing services or tutorial services or training services like I do not feel happy when a customer, a student, does not come back to study with me. In a year, I want the student to come in January, I would like the student to come in June, and I would like the student to come in September. 3 times. When the customer comes back to you, the repeat purchase rate is going to be higher, and that is what you want to achieve. If the repeat purchase is lower and keeps on getting low, it is cause for worry, because it means that the customer experience is not as positive as you may want it to be as a business. Are these 5 the only ways by which customer experience can be measured? Absolutely not. There are more than 5 ways in which customer experience can be measured. These, however, are just but some of them. You need to have at least a minimum of 10 in your hands. A summary of what we have talked about of how to measure customer experience is as follows. Number 1, a business can use Net Promoter Score. Number 2, customer effort score. Number 3, customer churn rate, or the rate of customer churn. Number 4, customer complaints and escalations. And number 5, repeat purchase rate, or if you like, the rate at which customers repeat a purchase.